Hey, Clip Butler here from SIA. Thank you for watching. Test number 31. Is page speed a ranking factor? Doom, doom, doom. Well, Google says it is, so let's find out. Let's test it. Let's get into this a little bit. All right, so page speed has been around since 2010, at least, as mobile became more and more prolific. Google was able to optimize PPC for mobile and mobile apps and get a whole crap ton of money out of it. They started driving people to optimize the web for mobile. Frankly, it really depends on your market whether mobile is going to play the game. So 2010, PageSpeed comes out. I was actually one of the first people to offer a page speed optimization service to other SEOs, and I used to optimize their pages and stuff. So I can say that I saw page speed ranking improvements, but it's a little bit it's a little bit muddled in why those improvements were seen. Now, 2021, and the May 2021 Core Web Vitals update is coming. Hope you all are ready. And the idea behind that is they're going to use these Core Web Vitals, all these measurements that you get based off of your browser and your location, etc., to grade your website and to rank or remove slow websites from the index. It happens to also be the same thing that they said when PageSpeed was the Page Speed Insights tool came out, and the Page Speed CDN network, which was a complete turd bust, by the way. And HTTPS, they said your pages were not HTTPS. We're going to remove it from the index to get everyone to comply to that. So they're going back into the well, and most SEOs are eating that up, and so they're worried about the Core Web Vitals. Here's what the test showed. One, the slower page actually outranked the faster page, and in the other test there was no change in the ranking. So the slower page and the faster page stayed where they were at. Right, it's 5 identical pages in the second test were launched, identifying the number 3 page. They inserted the script to slow it down, to make it slow on purpose, and the page stayed at number 3. So you would think if page speed was that much of a factor, it would have dropped it down, right? And it didn't. So what does that mean? Does that mean you should have slow websites? Absolutely not. You will get a ranking boost if your website is dirt dog slow. Like you open it up and it takes 3 to 5 seconds for that thing to even start showing anything. You need to do page speed optimization, and you will see a ranking boost from it. If your site is loading at 10 seconds and you fix it and to get it to load at 1 second, Google's going to give you a ranking boost. If your site is loading at 3 seconds and you fix it and get it to load at 1.5 seconds, Google's not going to give you a ranking boost. That's just the way how page speed optimization works. There's also theories of whether it's the full load time. That's the time that you actually get if you use GT metrics as a score. It's the full load time. Everything that's on the web page is loaded, versus the start render or time, which is the time that we're in. You actually get to start seeing things. That's what us as users would see, is the start render time. You'll load it up, boom, it comes in like 2 seconds. That's your start render time. 2 seconds is, it's pretty decent. It's kind of, users want it in 3 seconds or less. 2 seconds is pretty good. And then the time to first byte, that one all that came in. How long does it take the server to respond to the request? And then that is what the ranking factor is. Frankly, I think it's more to the point of, the user seeing it as quickly as possible, to start render time. The time to first byte is just a response time. If that's incredibly slow, like if you have a weak garbage server and it takes 2 seconds, and then you move it to a new server and now it's 0.05 or 0.5 seconds, you're probably going to see a ranking boost. But keep that in mind. That's compounded with start render and then final load time. So in short, optimize your websites. Probably at this point in time should have a responsive web design, because if mobile index only comes into play, you're going to want to have that. And then the Core Web Vitals, look at it from a user perspective. If you can meet it, you're 3 seconds or faster, who cares what the grade point score on Core Web Vitals is? especially if you take into account that your users may not even be where the core Web Vitals is testing from, and your users are getting a whole lot better of experience. And if you get a lot of users, that's when your metrics are actually saved by Chrome. Chrome cares about your website when it's got a ton of traffic, and they can strip or glean a whole bunch of information from it. Until then, they don't save any public data. So once you get a whole lot of traffic coming, then you'll actually start seeing some public data from your target users, and then maybe you can start playing around with matching or meeting core Web Vital scores. But for the most part, if you're in the yellow or the green, you're fine. If you're in the red, fix that stuff. All right, that's it. Hope you enjoyed this test. This test number 31 is page speed, a ranking factor. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe button, and see you on the next one.